Hey guys, it's Karina. Welcome to Life of a Mermaid. Still getting here in my car. Yes, and my makeup is done today. You can see it. I had a photo shoot today, so my friend Steph did my makeup. So I'm super excited. I feel glammed up. So I normally start up with the day before, and then today's date, and then just kind of whatever comes to mind. Um, so yesterday I had date night with Sal. We went to the movies and then we had dinner. We watched Venom. It was so good. We both really liked it. It was a really good movie. It was kind of had like a little bit of the dark sense of humor type thing, and which I love personally. Um, and it was just a really good movie overall. We both really enjoyed it, and obviously there's probably gonna be another one. So I'm really stoked about that, and would love to see it. Then we went to dinner, and it was really nice again, just kind of having that downtime, to where we can, just again be together, be able to talk. And I forgot how it came out, but we were just talking. Oh, because I've said our relationship definitely has grown in the past few months, with my transformation and, again, me just seeing things differently and, changing my ways of being, being, I think, being understanding, being present, being caring, loving, and kind of letting the bitch on the side type thing. I know our relationship has definitely improved. So we're kind of just talking about that. I was telling him how, like, I'm really excited for our relationship and just all the changes that we've made, and, how much we've grown as a couple, and, just to keep moving forward. And, it's like to one day have a family together, and, to be able to kind of bring, our kids into what we have and stuff like that. And so it was just like a really cool conversation. But then, he's like, oh, like this is what I've always wanted. He's like, but it was difficult for me because, you all were always just upset. You always have an attitude about things, and, like you've never made it easy for me to talk to you, until now. And that was, I'm not gonna lie, that was a little hard to hear. I mean, like, he was saying the truth, facts are facts. But yeah, of course, truth hurts, right? So it was a little hard to hear. And I think in the past, we've always had really open conversations. But I think in the past, I would get defensive, and that would just shut me down. And then, it just kind of spiraled from there. But, last night, like, again, being present, being caring, being loving, being understanding, I really listened to him, and I was like, yeah, like you're right, and I mean, he was right, he is right. And I was telling him, like, you know, I was just angry. I was like, I was angry at that time. I was upset things that went down, with family stuff, and, my dad, being gone, and, I was like, it was just everything. And I was like, everything, I was like, I'm not trying to justify it or excuse it by any means, but I was like, yeah, at that point in my life, I was angry, I was upset. I was, in a dark place. And, like I said, unfortunately, the ones that, end up getting the shitty end of the stick all the time are the ones closest to you, which in this case, unfortunately, it was him. But I was telling him, I was like, yeah, I was angry. I think, I was holding on to so much, and I had so many resentments towards, the world, and so many family, I was like, just so many different people in my life. So, I was like, I was just quick to react, and again, one thing that I realized, that because of the relationship with my parents and how my mom's always been more passive in a sense, and, been more like, your typical, Mexican woman, like, stayed at home mom, did all the cooking, did everything for my dad. That's always been kind of one of my biggest fears, and something that unfortunately up until now kind of drove me, but again, in a bad way. That I didn't want to be that woman. I didn't want to be someone that's passive, someone that does what her husband tells her to do, or someone that, has to ask for permission, or, none of that stuff. I've always been more like, fuck that, like, I'm an independent woman, blah, 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 so I think because of that, I've always been so quick to anger and so quick to react. And anything that he tells me, it's always like, you don't tell me what to do, which again led to being a bitch and having that attitude and, just not listening to him. But again, with everything been going on and just really taking a look at myself, letting go of things of my past, letting go of the anger and resentment that I have towards my parents, that I had towards my parents, I think, again, helped me see myself in a different way, helped me see my life in a different way, and definitely helped me see my relationship in a different way. So I was kind of telling him that last night. I was like, I mean, I was like, I would like to like apologize, it's not gonna take it back, but I was like, just know that, it's like things have changed. Like I've changed, and it's like now like I was like it's just funny because this is what I've always wanted. I was like I've always, wanted us to be a team, and I've always felt like, like we're not a team. He's not being my teammate, but what I realized, I was like that, as much as I was putting the blame on you, I was like, it was also on me because I wasn't being a teammate either. I was always focused more on, me and what I wanted. I was like that I wasn't being considerate of, what you wanted. And again, being a team where we're both compromising, we're both listening to each other, coming together, saying what we want, saying what we need, and then finding that balance of, okay, how do we both get our needs met and our wants met, or, how is this going to work? So I was like, so it's like as much as, I was like, we were in a team because I was like, neither of us were playing as a team, neither of us were being there for each other, supporting each other, we were both being so focused on, what we wanted, like as individuals, and not looking at the big picture of us as a couple. So we are talking about that last night, and like, there was a really fucking amazing conversation, and just having that realization. And I was telling him, I was like, what drives me now is like that, I was like, I want to have kids, I want us to have kids together. I want, our start our own family. And, I was like, don't get me wrong. I was like, I love, my parents. I love your parents, I was like, but I was like, there's things in their relationships that, that I was like, I don't want us to have that, as much as good qualities as they have, there's also things, not so good. And I was like, and I don't want to pass that down to our children. I was like, I don't want, our children to look at us and think like, oh wow, like they're still married, like how did they make it, like they should have gotten divorced already, like, I was like, I don't want our children to have those conversations about us or have those thoughts, I was like, I want our children to look at us and be like, yeah, mom and dad are goals, like when we grow up, when we get married, or when we date, like I want what mom and dad have. And I was telling him, I was like, and that's what drives me. That's what pushes me forward. I was like, to continue working on our relationship and to continue depositing, into our relationship, and continue communicating and being there for each other and being supportive, and, again, just keep growing and expanding as a couple. Because, it's like that thought of our children, growing up and saying, yeah, mom and dad are goals. I was like, that's what drives me. That's what pushes me. That's my why, to work on our relationship, and not just for the future and, our kids and stuff like that, but also for us, because at the end of the day, I love him, he is my, the man of my dreams, and, sometimes of my nightmares too. I love you, babe. But I'm saying, like, even with all, again, we all have our good and our bad. With all his good and his bad, like, I love him. I love everything about him. Yeah, sometimes he'll irk me, but, again, I that's the bad that I want, and that's the good that I want. He's an amazing man. He's an amazing husband. Again, he makes me a better person as well. He pushes me, he motivates me, supports me. He's been there for my family. He's been there for my friends. I couldn't picture life without him, so again, as much as the thought of our kids drives me, also just the thought of, us, that, seeing us growing old together, seeing us being in our 80s, and, with little walkers and, whatever, and, being together. Like, we always see old couples at the grocery store, and I always tell him, like, babe, that's us. That's goals. I want us in our 80s, shopping at the market, getting food and, having a young couple look at us and be like, hey, babe, that's goals. Like, that's another thing that drives me too. Just the thought of us being old together and, the thought of us being together, you know, 50 years, 60 years. We've been together 11 years, and then out of those 11, we've been married for 3. But again, I'm counting the 11 years, but yeah, so it was an amazing date night. It was an amazing conversation that we had. Like I said, it was just a beautiful feeling just to feel like, yeah, like this is my partner. This is, and to see like how much we're growing and expanding as a couple and just to see that we're in a really fucking good place. So that was fun. Like I said, that was a really good night. Then we had dinner and, came home, didn't do much. I kind of went to bed a little early last night. This morning I woke up early. I had a hair and makeup appointment. It got moved up a little bit. So I ended up, doing my journal, meditated, whatever, did what I could. And I took a nap and then I woke up and I went for a jog. Again, just pushing my body, I'm working on training my body and pushing my body to jog and just get more comfortable with that. Again, I've been doing like better because I'm jogging more than I ever did in my whole fucking life. But yeah, so I did a jog today. Again, I did about maybe 75% jogging. So I know initially I will go fast, so I'm trying to just, work on the pace and ease my way into it. But again, just getting my body comfortable with jogging and stuff like that. And the goal is to ultimately be able to jog the whole thing. My whole routine. But I know it's going to take time. Again, I'm working my way up. But that was fun. Like I said, it's just freeing, to work out. I love working out. It's a good feeling that I get energized. I feel great. I feel, accomplished. So that's always a good feeling. So I jogged, did my morning workout, came home, showered. When I go do my makeup, my hair, that was fun. I always enjoy talking with the staff. So we just kind of catching up on things, laughing, whatever. And then, so that was nice. And then, we finished. I went to my mom's for a little bit, hung out there, saw my sister, saw my mom, my uncle, my aunt were there too. So that was nice. Just spent some family time. Then, I met up for pictures. So that was fun. So we did a photo shoot. It's basically started kind of, it came up and it came up because, they were just saying how I don't, again, struggle with the self-love, self-acceptance and, how I've lost weight. And I think I can't remember if I talked about this or not, but, that I've lost weight and I still was hiding behind, my old clothing, so I'm hiding behind those clothing. And just, that for me to embrace, my new body and embrace the woman that I'm becoming and, that I am. So that's kind of how the photo shoot came about, just to be able to love myself and embrace myself and, who I'm becoming and who I am, again, I've lost 30 pounds. Getting weighed in this Friday, so we'll see, if it should be more. But so just to kind of to embrace that. So we did a photo shoot. It was fun. Again, kind of getting out of my shell a little bit. Like I said, I got to play dress up. I bought this new dress. I did my hair and makeup. So that was, again, that's fun. Something that I do enjoy doing. I don't do it as often. Just because, I want to learn how to do my makeup, and I know Steph's busy and stuff like that, but it's something that I do enjoy getting glammed up, so that was fun. And then again, just the shoot in general, like I said, the person I went with, we kind of got to see a different side of each other, and I think just get to know each other a little better. And then again, just the shoot in general, it was just fun, kind of going out of my shell around others and being silly and being sexy and, posing and doing all kinds of stuff. So I'm excited to get those pictures back and stuff. I saw some of them and I look great. So I'm kind of excited just to print them. And I was telling Sal, like, if I print one and frame it for you, would you put it on your desk? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, okay, like, you better, but I was like, okay. So that felt good. But yeah, so it was really fun. Like I said, I had a really good time. Again, just kind of putting myself out there and stuff like that. And like I was telling her, like when I'm with my friends, family, or even with Sal, especially with Sal, it's like, put me in front of a camera and I was like, I'm like fucking Tyra Banks. I'm wherever the fuck I was as a model. I was like, I'm very like, flirty and fun and just like, voguing all over the fucking place. It's when it's people that I don't know, or, like when it's an uncomfortable feeling, or, when I'm like, just in a sense, when I'm out of my comfort zone, basically. I was like, that's when it's like, I get shy and then everyone sees, the lack of confidence and, all that stuff. But I was like, when I'm in my comfort zone, I was like, I'm like, fucking Tyra Banks, but I was telling her, I was like, that's something that, that I'm working on and I want to be able to be Beyonce, Tyra Banks, no matter who I am in front of. I want to tap into that person and tap into that, carinita and that confidence in general, no matter where I am or who I'm with. So again, I think that doing the photo shoot and be doing it with her, I think was definitely like the gateway to that, again, because I was able to be myself and be in the moment, be silly, be fun, be sexy, with someone that, again, I'm learning and we're getting to know each other and, building that trust, building that, comfort. So yeah, so it was really fun. Like I said, I can't wait to get the pictures. Once I do and I print them, I'll post them on here as well. And then, came home, cleaned, hung out a little bit, cleaned, whatever, so I showered. Went for a date night, went out to dinner. We tried a new, well, it's not new, but for us, it was a new place that we'd never been to. It was a Mediterranean place, here by Main Place Mall. So that was cool. It was actually, the food was really, really delicious. So that was really cool. And then we went to the mall, just walked around. Um, because I was telling him, I was like, okay, I'm freaking full. Like, let's just go walk. He's like, yeah. So we just walked around. Then I got Yogurtland, and then now they have ice cream. So he actually doesn't like yogurt. So, so it's like, yay. So he got Yogurtland. We got Yogurtland. I got yogurt. He got ice cream. And then we got massages. We used some massage chairs. Like I said, we're fucking obsessed with those things now. Felt great. um, so we used that. And then, yeah, we took pictures too. Those little photo booths, I love those. I have an obsession with those, and it's our tradition. We're always taking those, and we have like a huge wall and collection of those. But we did that and just got home. Again cleaning, getting ready for the night. I have a call to do in a bit, and then gonna shower and just call it a night after that. But yeah, it was a fun day. Like I said, I had another great night, a date night again, just talking, bonding with each other, being present. I love all the time that we spent together. As far as things coming up for me, not much came up today. Again, I think just a conversation, that me and him had, and he also brought up, other people that in our lives, who have also kind of pointed out like that I always look angry, that I've kind of looked like I'm avoiding them, and it's just things that happened in the past, and like I said, I have moved on from those things. I mean, okay, maybe not moved on, because if I would have, then we will probably be talking. Um, but I mean, I forgave them, and I am at peace with that situation. I think it's still, up until now, I think it's working with myself to find that balance and or that way of just moving forward. Because I think I've moved forward on my own, but it's kind of okay. It was a situation that included you and them, so how do you move forward with them? It's like, yeah, you moved on and you're living with your life and you don't carry that resentment or anger anymore. But it's kind of like there's obviously something that you're still in a sense holding if you're not, communicating with them. So, him bringing again part of the conversation that we had last night and just kind of saying like, this is what's been like shared with me, and he's like, I've encouraged them to bring it up to you, but whatever, like everything that's happened, and I was like, yeah, and again, something that in the beginning and before now, I probably would have gotten defensive, but I was telling him, I was like, no, like you're right, And I was like, and I can't see that. And I was like, the thing is, I was like, I'm really not angry. I was like, a lot of times when I'm doing my stuff, like packing her lunch and, getting my snacks ready, I was like, a lot of times I'm very like focused and just, in the moment and, washing dishes, doing all this stuff. And I was like, and again, I have a fucking to-do list in my mind. So I'm always just, thinking of that, like, okay, done, 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 and going down the list, but I was like, I'm not upset with anyone or anything. I was like, no, I mean, I've moved on, but then again, that's when I realized, like, I've moved on, but I moved on by myself. I didn't move on with them or with the situation of like, okay, like, I've forgiven, let's move forward. I just said, I move forward. So I was telling her, I was like, no, I was like, I appreciate your honesty and I appreciate you sharing that with me. I was like, that's definitely something that I was like, I'm gonna take a look at it. And, I was like, I do see what you're saying or what they're saying. I was like, definitely will reflect on that. And I was like, I do see that that's how I show up to them. And I was like, that's definitely not what I want. That's not how I want to show up to them. Because again, like I said, I have moved on. I'm not upset anymore. I'm not angry. It's something that, it happened and, at this point, like I said, I've moved forward with it. So yeah, and next time I do want to move forward with them as well. Like I said, it's, the relationships I don't think will be or ever be what they were. It's like, but again, we can have a relationship. And again, it goes back to, I'm spending the rest of my life with him. So, again, meaning I'm spending the rest of my life with them as well. And, once we have kids and, again, I don't want my history, my childhood to repeat itself with my children. So I was telling her, I was like, no, that's definitely something that I was like, I will be taking a look at. I was like, I'll be more self-aware about that. And I was like, and I'll make, I was like, I'm committed to improving my relationship with them as well. Um, I was like, but thank you. I was like, thank you for sharing that with me. And again, thank you for being open. And, I was like, I mean, making me aware, I was like, that's something that I'll going forward, I was like, I'm going to be working on and, just being aware of that as well. Yeah. So again, that was another thing that kind of had come up. And, again, I'm not upset. I'm not angry about that situation. So it's just, I think I just moved forward that I forgot to be like, okay, like, how do we move forward together? How do we create something new once we've let go of the past, once we addressed it and, we not buried it, but, left it in the past. Like, how do we together move forward? I just kind of like went on my own. But yeah, so I mean, I'm, kind of figuring that out right now, just like, how do we move forward and how do I show up to them in a different way and who do I get to be to create those relationships. But other than that, like I said, I'm kind of excited just to see how that goes too, because again, I know improving those relationships again will only add and improve even, add even more value and more progress to my relationship with Sal. So I'm just excited overall. Like I said, that was pretty much my day, and again, that's pretty much all that's been on my mind. I mean, had a really good day overall. Got glammed up, had a date night, had a photo shoot, spent time with family, spent time with friends, spent time with Sal. So I mean, overall, I'm in a really, really good mood. I had a really good day. So nothing really on my mind aside from what I've shared. So yeah, so again, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, please feel free to reach out. And again, thank you guys so much for your love and your support, on here, on my social media. In general, I keep getting your text messages and all that stuff. So again, I really, really appreciate it. Like I said, I wouldn't be able to come as far as I come without all your guys' love and support. So thank you for everything. All right, guys, have a good night, and I will see you next time.